I'm Sofia Groves' dad, Tom Groves, and I'm doing the cardinal sin of going on my daughter's Instagram account. But I think, the reason you'll understand. Sofia had a major lupus attack, which caused her blood to clot, and she needed emergency surgery and to open up those clots. And right now she's in a medically induced coma. And so we are praying to have our beautiful Sofia back again. And I'm appealing to all of Sofia's Instagram followers, because she has many of them. And Sofia's circle is very wide and very big and very large. And it doesn't matter if you're white, black, or brown for Sofia. It doesn't matter if you're tall or short. It doesn't matter if you're smart or not so smart. It doesn't matter if you're head of the class or if you're the back of the class. She listens to you and she empathizes and she's there for you. And that's why she has so many best friends, because she truly is the best friend. And I'm reaching out to you to reach out to the world, because we want to make Sofia's circle reach around the entire world. Sofia's favorite prayer is the Rosary, and it's praying to our Mother Mary to intercede for her to Jesus, okay? And my father once told me, if you had the most important person in the world and you needed to access to them, you didn't know them, but you knew their mother, certainly if you appealed to their mother would then appeal for you. And that's what we're asking here with Mary. And we're asking healing for Sofia. And it's kind of ironic, because we're asking healing for Sofia selfishly, but I think the world needs healing right now. I think our country needs healing, and if Sofia could get everybody to say the Rosary, even just once, say it for Sofia, because she's been there for you, and now she needs you. And right now, we're living on just little miracles, day by day. And 2 days ago, when we went in after her emergency surgery, the Monsignor who baptized Sofia was there. And you have to understand, with COVID restrictions, he was not allowed in. He did not know that we were scheduled to be there at 5 o'clock and we had special permission. And we came at that moment, and he was there, and we were able to get him past security and walk up to see Sofia. And he was on cloud 9, and he said, this is a sign from God. I know in my heart of hearts that Sofia is going to be okay. And all that day, our friends have been saying, we need to get Sofia the anointing of the sick. And Monsignor was able to get in to give her the anointing of the sick. And Monsignor came out of her room, and he had a tear in his eye. I've known Monsignor Murphy for 40 years, and I've never seen him cry. And he goes, Tom, these are not tears of sadness. These are tears of joy, because this is, he said with conviction, this is a sign from Jesus that Sofia is going to be okay. But I'm reaching out to all of our Instagram followers to pass this and to shout it from the mountaintops. Sofia needs you now. Whether you're Latino or Latina, whether you're from Mexico or Argentina or for Colombia, or Venezuela or Puerto Rico or Cuba or Spain, worldwide, I want this to go around the world. And so, one other story, and each day we have our little miracles. My wife said with conviction, we need to go to confession. And I haven't been to confession in 16 years, but I went to confession for my wife. And when I came out of confession and my sins had been forgiven, I ran into a friend of mine who's a doctor who was waiting in line for confession. And he asked about Sofia, and he realized the gravity of the situation. And he handed me a wooden cross, and he said, this is for Sofia, and this is from Lourdes. Well, Lourdes is where the Mother Mary appeared, and I knew I was getting a message from God that she was going to be okay. And when I told my wife, she said, wait, didn't you get a message from your friend Celine earlier in the day that her brother was cured from terminal cancer with a miracle through Lourdes? And I said, you're absolutely right. So I put 2 and 2 together, that without me going to confession, without my sins being forgiven, I wouldn't have had the grace to receive that gift from God. And God said, I'm giving you a chance. And I said, so I got a shot? Okay, well, I'm taking this shot. And I don't want a GoFundMe page. I want 10,000 rosaries for Sofia. So when you see the link at the bottom, it'll take you right there to be able to walk you and say it, and you could just read it and say it out loud. Every time you say a rosary, I want you to ding her page and let us know. And we're praying that Sofia can pull through. Like I said, she's always been there for you. Now it's time that you can be there for her, and we can have peace and healing for Sofia, but also for this entire world.